Hello YouTubers, today or tonight, whenever you're watching this, I am doing another Chucky episode review. I know I am doing this, basically, I know it's, basically not Wednesday that I'm filming, and it's, Thursday, but that's only because I accidentally fell asleep last night, and, I only give myself a certain amount of time to watch Chucky and then go to sleep. So I figured since I accidentally fell asleep and there was no time to actually completely watch it and then real quickly do a review for it, I just figured to wait for today to do it. But anyway, uh, um I watched episode 7 and yeah, there's a lot that happens in this episode than I actually thought it would. There's boy, where to start? Actually, I'll start with this. I actually liked how the Chucky, how it created the Chucky name, title card, Chucky, with the whole candles, is because I actually liked how basically I do like how every episode kind of basically prepares you for the main episode itself, because it's like the whole church candles forming Chucky's name means basically exorcist. So which I do like the whole exorcist reference here and there, like the whole your mother sucks cock in hell. Yeah, we all saw that movie. I really liked that. I really thought it was funny, and the vomit and the whole and the way how father was like um so I really thought that was funny and really hilarious. Honestly, since we build up to this exact point, to this very exact point with this episode with with father, I actually really felt freaking bad. Like, okay, I knew all the way from episode 2, back from episode 2 up to last week's episode. Not this week's episode, but basically last week's episode. Episode 6. I really wanted him dead. Like, I was I knew, okay, yeah, when they killed off Jake's dad, season 1 never really gave me a reason to X off Junior's father until like the end parts of the season. For this season, I actually really had a very strong feeling of just kill him off already. I truly felt like they were dragging him along. Like, it didn't really take me until now to actually realize, okay, maybe this is why they dragged his character out as far as they did and not kill him off when there was like good moments to kill him and shit like that. But I'm like, just kill him off already. But when watching this episode now, it actually really made me feel really bad, because knowing his point of view, his reason why he's so hard on everybody is because, in a way, he's pushing for a bigger goal for him. He actually wants to be a priest and not just a father type stage with the church. He sets a very high bar for himself, and it's very hard for him to stay there when he knows there's actually other better things to do than what's protocol and shit. So it's like really heartbreaking finding this out now and actually feeling bad for him, and and how and after when he gets the no for the exorcism, and basically other than that of the council thinks he is freaking loony, thinking Adele is alive. Like he actually thought in the beginning of the first basically second episode all the way up until episode 6. um uh I really liked how he's like, in a way, fuck the church, I'm gonna do the exorcism myself without permission, something I should have done in the first place. Which I actually clapped at that moment. I'm like, yeah, about time. Um, which that I was cheering him on. I was starting to like him, and then actually finding out why he's so pain in the ass he is. It's like it's like a real quick heartbreaking, and then also like see Chucky make him explode like a time body bomb. It's like, why? It's like, no. Although I kind of had that spoiled earlier on today, on Instagram, but it actually made me kind of excited even more for this episode, because I actually got a little creative, trying to think of what actually happened to him, and actually watching it now where after the exorcism and then Chucky went to his body, and all suddenly, which I really like how they were fighting each other, like a split personality person, like Chucky's like, I am, and he's like, go to hell, Chucky, and he's like, yeah, you first, father. That I really found it interesting, because it, even though it was sad, but it was also funny in a way, because it's like, and it, not trying to be really mean here, it looked really fake. Like seeing the head pop off, it looked really fake, completely. But that like, okay, if they showed it once, fine, cool, I could have let that pass. But so many times, like, certainly real quick and then a few times in slow motion, it's like, okay, problem with that is, if you're gonna do that, make it actually more look realistic than fake. Because doing it over and over the way it is, you can actually more tell that it's actually fake instead of real. But I did like this episode completely. This episode is actually really good to me, or at least as far as I can throw it. I still don't like the therapist. She is a bitch to me. I thought Andy was gonna shoot her, but I guess Andy decided to go for the doll first. Which, okay, I guess that's something I could have done. I would have done. But um, basically, I truly believe I would have shot the doll first before the therapist, and where basically where after Andy shoots the Chucky doll a few times, Andy and Kyle thinks it's all over, uh, because after they did the exorcism and Father blew up, with Chucky inside, um, 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 Nika actually did the voodoo spell, the Damballa spell, without the necklace again. Which, I just thought of this. She did the spell, the Dumbella spell, without the heart of Dumbella. I thought you would need that necklace, the heart of Dumbella, to transfer your soul into an item. But anyway, other than that, I actually just noticed they didn't have the necklace, which if that, the theory was that's actually was one of the problems why Chucky couldn't transfer his soul into Andy's body, because he didn't have the Heart of Dumballa necklace. He just transferred his soul once again in a Chucky body and a Chucky doll, Good Guy's doll body, without the necklace. But anyway, so after Andy and Kyle thought they killed Chucky once and for all, they burned his body and they kind of talked to each other a little bit. So at least the new gang, all they have to worry about is pimples, breaks out, proms and shit like that. And Andy's like, yeah. And but what I really, I loved how they walked away and was talking to each other. And they're like, so what are you gonna do now since Chucky's dead? And I love how Andy was like, I don't know, I never thought about it until, I never, from the first grade, I never thought about it until, ever since from the first grade, and I liked that, and I love how all suddenly when they showed adult Andy and Kyle walk out of the church slash school, slash prison. I'm still gonna call it a prison. I loved how it did a real quick remember flashback type thing, I want to call it, of at the end of Child's Play 2, where it shows Kyle and teenager Kyle and little boy Andy walk out of the Child's Play factory. I really liked that, because it's the way how they kind of ended Andy, adult Andy and adult Kyle story, and then kind of mirrorizing that ending from Child's Play 2. I really truly feel like that was a good ending, even for both of them. One of them would have been good, but for both of them was better. I also loved how Nadine was able to come back. Ever since this season started, and ever since Nadine was introduced, and when we got to saw more and more of her, she actually became more and more of one of my favorite characters in the new gang. As I said in one of my past reviews, is that she was like my Velma. Well, not mine, but I saw her as like a Velma to their Scooby-Doo gang. And and actually seeing her die in episode 6, I actually was pissed because I'm like, they lost their Velma. Why did she have to die? I mean, why? It just no. But I actually felt like the show wouldn't be the same without Nadine. But actually, and then instead of it just being Jake and Devin having a fight, it was also Lexi also threw in a few angry words, which I understood her point. Okay, she lost her father, she lost Junior, and now she lost Nadine. Nadine was actually the one person that was so far helping her with everything. And now she lost Nadine. So she had a few pills, a little woozy. And I love how Nadine came in like an angel and just like be herself in a way and actually helped Lexi to remember, yes, at first it was hard for you, but you did open up. I became your friend. You opened up to me. So do it to, and how she put it was, you opened up to me. I became your friend. Jake and Devin's your friend. They would understand. So, and I also I loved when Kyle just walked in the middle of the conversation and how she how Andy's like, Kyle, you're alive, and she was like, damn right, damn, what happened to you? He was like, what happened to your hair? And she was like, I didn't like being a blonde. And she's like, what happened to you? Which I really loved how Don Mancini threw in this goddamn quote, because when I saw how Andy looked on Instagram, I threw out the same response, but I'm like, he looks like Jesus. But I think that's supposed to be the point. And then now in this episode, how I heard Kyle's like, what happened to you? What did you do to your hair? You look like Jesus. I'm like, yes! Yes! I'm like, I'm not the only one. Because he, and, what I'm really curious about, okay, the therapist said, basically, don't destroy this good guy doll because this is the last good guy doll in existence. And as I'm trying to think, okay, at that moment when when I'm trying to think that running out and they're trying to run to the door and Andy shot the doll. I'm trying to think, maybe Chucky did a spell where he transferred his soul once again into his therapist's body to get away, because I think they both already knew Andy would destroy the doll by having a gun. So I think they came up with plan B, having Chucky transfer his soul into his therapist's body. They get away and magically, they have another set, just like Jennifer Tilly, of good guy dolls somewhere hidden, and she just lied to everybody that this is the last good guy doll in existence. So, because as I was heading to episode 6, waiting for episode 7, I was actually thinking, okay, if Don Mancini's thinking for a few more seasons and 2 more movies, how in the hell is he gonna do that? And trying to think of, okay, what would the extra seasons be about? What would the extra 2 movies be about when basically he's on his last doll? Chucky is trying to get on Nika, and it's like, where's Dumb and Cine gonna end with this type of thing? And if Chucky's gonna rule the world after all, still, and if that's still his plan, which obviously it is coming from the therapist, I don't see this working out completely at the end of this season, because as I still know, there's 1 more episode to go, and after this 1 more episode, I don't know. But also, and at the last few moments when I was screaming out, "Kill Jennifer Tilly!" Okay, not Jennifer Tilly, but Tiffany. When I saw Jennifer Tilly, doll Jennifer Tilly, got free, ran out of the car, I cannot believe she got Bride of Chucky semi-hit kill. I'm like, I knew, okay, either other way, she goes back into her human body, her fleshy meat human body, she was gonna go to prison. So either other way, living on the run or prison, she was gonna die. Either other way. But I'm like, like, I felt bad for her at that point because she is now considered a killer, and it's like I guess it going out the way she did, and the doll's body hit by a semi, I guess was the only way to go, even though I know that probably wasn't her plan. But even if she didn't, I think she was more better off when she did, because she would have gotten captured again. But when Nika pulled out the gun and was gonna kill Tiffany, I'm like, do it! And when Glenn intervened, the good little angel he is, well, pardon me, them/they are the way how them/they is, just pisses me off, because it's like them/they jumped in front of the bullet to save their freaking psychotic mother, and it's like, why? And especially Glinda, because them/they told her father before that they clearly, Chucky and Tiffany clearly does not care about them, and yet, as good them/they are, still want to protect their mother, and it's agitating. It was really agitating at that moment. Also, I did like as well. I did like as well when they showed a few scenes when, like, they had Andy, Glinda talk to, well, had Andy put Chucky in the cupboard, but Glinda go talk to Chucky. I did like when they had the Hannibal mask on Chucky. I'm like, because I also saw that as a picture. I'm like, where in the hell does that fit in? Because if they put that on him to shut him up, I'm like, I don't see how that could shut him up. Unless they actually did it so tight enough. But I'm like, and I'm like, where does it really fit in? Because I know they showed a few times Chucky has become a cannibal. So I'm like, in a way, that's a cool reference because Hannibal Lecter was a cannibal. Chucky is now a cannibal. Hannibal Mask. Which I don't know if it's still gonna be called Hannibal after this, like Hannibal / Chucky mask. But that was basically the last thing I can think of that I actually liked about this episode. Comment down below what's your favorite moment so far into the season. Is it what was your favorite moment in the moment or moments in this episode? What's your favorite moment from past episodes in this season? What's your favorite moment in like the past movies, last season? What's your favorite Chucky quote? What's your favorite Chucky look? What's your favorite Chucky movie? What's your favorite Chucky victim, weapon, kill, etc., etc. Anything about Chucky, just comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. And do not forget to hit that follow button if you're new to my channel, because I welcome all old and new subscribers. Have a nice day or night whenever you're watching this. Peace.